So I was just thinking how amazing God is, how God is present in our highs and our lows, our peaks, our valleys, our sorrow, our despair, our happiness, our joy. And how amazing it is that the God of this universe promises that He will never leave us nor forsake us. Jehovah God, the great I Am, the creator of all things, who is here for infinity past, infinity present. This God has promised that He will never leave us and never forsake us. How amazing is that? And how amazing is it that we can have this intimate relationship with God. You know, as Christians, some of us have played into this idea that God is so infinitely above and beyond us, that God is so huge, that God is so powerful, that we worship Him just as this omnipotent being. And we forget that although all that is true, God is still a personal God, a God who desires to have a personal relationship with us. It's not the other way around. It's not that we desire God, it's God desired us from the beginning. So we sometimes give ourselves an excuse not to know who God is. And by that I mean we worship God as this omnipotent God. We say, God, you are so great, I can never understand you, I can never see who you are, I can never grasp your thoughts, because they're, of course, as the Bible says, God's ways are infinitely higher than ours, right? His ways are much higher than ours. However, I think we use that as an excuse not to actually study God and to learn God and to know who God is. Isn't it silly that as Christians we can sometimes worship a God who we don't even understand at all? Isn't it silly how, to use a cliche, when you have a friend, do you not get to know that friend intimately, deeply, understand his or her heart, know their thoughts, hear what they have to say, read their books, read their stories, read their posts, whatever it happens to be? You want to know who this person is as you dive deeper into that relationship. Just like that, I think we've created this distanced God so that we ourselves have an excuse not to study Him. And I think there are a lot of people like that. Although they claim to know God and claim to have a relationship, what do you know about God? Do you know that God is there in your valleys as He has promised? Do you believe it, and do you live that way? Do you know that the Bible says that in Zephaniah 3:17 that the Lord rejoices over us with singing? The Lord rejoices over us with singing. Now, if we don't know that, then we're missing something that God is trying to show us, how personal He is and how intimately involved He is in our lives and wants to be in our lives.